Hello folks, welcome back to Allotment Joy. My name's Elaine. Well, if you're here for the first time, welcome on the plot. And if you're a regular of my channel, nice to see you. Well, we've got a mixed bag of weather today, so it's dodging the showers it is. So past couple of days I've been making it my business to empty the greenhouse and find homes for everything. So anyway, so I've planted up the one greenhouse, which is that way. I'm doing the one that way. Yeah, and I'm also doing the one over there as well. So yeah, so one tomato greenhouse is sorted out. The engine room is emptying. I've got a lot of beans out, and then the other greenhouse I've decided to take all the tomatoes out that I had there, because it needs setting up properly for cucumbers, etc. And also I found out that I've got a bit of a thing for tomato plants. I'll show you in a moment. So anyway, I emptied the greenhouse of tomatoes, and then I organised all the tomatoes alphabetically, so that if I did choose to plant something out, I can know where I'll find it. It's in alphabetical order, and I'll be able to find out whether it's an indeterminate, determinate, something special. There is something special there, and I'll show you that in a minute as well. So what leaves behind are the two vines that are in there. So they're actually going quite rampant. So as you know, you have the main leader of the vine, but I've never really trained it properly. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my little snippers here. I'm going to get myself in there and see if I can find the main leaders. And of course, all the main leaders, they have shoots that come off it, which makes the situation even worse. So yeah, so I've got vine coming out of the top window as well. So, and of course the window can't shut properly because of the vine. So I think before I plant any tomatoes or anything like that, and cucumbers, I'll go and sort out those two vines. Right, so let's head over there and I'll show you what I'm doing. So a quick softy at the heavy showers, well, the heavy clouds. It's not bad though, it's warm. It's ideal growing weather, and we do need the water. So here's my tomato collection. I've got here Alicante, black cherry, some of them a little bit sad for themselves, like little straighten out. They got blotted out a lot by the vine anyway. So Alicante, crimson blush, crimson crush, Alicante, crimson blush, crush. That's it, crush. Costaluto Florentino, they're nice. They're a nice salad tomato. Very nice. Grew them last year. Definitely recommend. Indigo apple, never grown them before. Italian plum, giant tomato Welldales, I must give them my attention. Shirley F1, they're definitely going to go in the greenhouse. Yeah, so the Shirley. And also it was Steve from Greenside Up who used to grow Shirley, because Shirley was known to be one of the earliest fruiting varieties, I heard anyway. So yeah, and across here I've got a load more, and here are the special ones. So pull it over a bit anyway. Ali, you sent me a load of tomato seeds, and here they are. I've got Midnight Roma, Purple Dwarf, Midnight Roma, White Beauty, Banana Legs Ali, Purple Heart Dwarf, Midnight Roma, what's that, White Beauty. I'll put my glasses on this way. Garden Peach, Midnight Roma, Purple Heart, White Beauty, oh, look, White Beauty, Blue Gold from Wild Boar Farm. So there you are, Ali. They're all alive. See, I've got them all marked up with your name on it, so I wouldn't lose them. It's just the same as Mark's tomatoes anyway. Yeah, Mark's tomatoes. Yeah, so what have I got? Nagina or Nagina. Princey Bugade. There's some miscellaneous ones there. Roma VF, I've got some in the garden already. I've got Super Steak. From Wilco, I've got Red Cherry, a Tigrella, that was it, Tigrella. Under here I've got Moneymaker. God no, I don't know what, honestly, what possessed me to go so many, but yeah, but that was the thing about this year as well. Everything was so fickle, nothing would grow, so then you sow again, and this is what you get. Yeah, and all these are heirloom varieties as well. I'm not actually sure what varieties they are. It was a pack. It was a pack sent to me, and I just don't know what varieties they are. Let's have a look, see if I can see. Oh, here we go. Alice's Dream, Lucid Gem, Rebel Starfighter Prime. What else? Yeah, and it goes on. Ozark Sunrise, P20 Beauty, King Uluru, no, Beauty King, P20 Beauty King, Uluru Ochre, Kaleidoscopic Jewel, Michael Pollan, Sun Gold Select, and Jack Off White, that was it, Jack Off White and Sun Gold Select. So, don't know which one's which, but I've got some heirloom varieties to look after as well. Oh, I nearly forgot, I've got some down here as well. And these were suggested by Danny from the Grow Up channel, Heinz 1350. So, yeah. Oh, and I've got, that's also 1350, and I've got Golden Sunrise as well. So I've got more tomatoes I could take a stick at. Yeah, and this is the problem that I've got in here. Load of vines, so I'll have to get in here and find a main leader and see if I can curtail it a little bit and tie it up a bit more, and I'll be able to plant things in here then. So before I manage to plant this greenhouse out, it's not a big greenhouse anyway, a yearly task I have to do is to cut these 2 triffids back. I've got some fruit coming on, which is alright, but it's all about training this thing properly. So if there's anyone out there who could give me a hint, so this is how I understand it. You have a main leader, and I've got 2 shoots here, so I've got to pick, I think I'll pick that one to cut off and let it concentrate on this bit here. And to my understanding, that what they do is they start branching out from the side as well, so you have to keep on trimming them back. So if anyone out there knows the contrary or could give me a hot tip on how to train these 2, because we've had a great harvest off them before, but every year it just seems to engulf this small greenhouse, and before you know it, yeah, so it'll end up being a grape greenhouse and anything else. So I need to turn this into tomatoes and cucumbers as well, so the grapevines can share a little bit. So yeah, and here's the 2 dogs, and the other one's out there, all keep me company. You know, they could actually sit outside when it's a bit cooler like, but they just decided to stay in the greenhouse with me anyway. So yeah, so any ideas, any hints and tips and tricks are greatly appreciated. So I must admit, cutting this back, I am taking my time doing it this time instead of just sort of hacking it back and creating more room. So I'm starting to sort of feed my way through, find out where the main leaders are, and then if there's any ones behind them, that's what I'm doing, cutting them off. Yeah, and also before I cut anything off, check to see if there's any fruit on anyway. So I'm making progress. So that's definitely opened the canopy. So what I'm going to do now is tie this lot up, and then I'll head over to this lot over here. Why do I always pick a warm day to work in the greenhouse? But you know what, it has to be done. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about, a main leader. So this is the main leader, which will be going that way on. and you've got a leaf here, a leaf, and the main stem, and then there you've got a new shoot. So as far as I know, you have to cut that off, yeah, to keep it in check. So there we have it. So I haven't cut it all off. I only made one mistake, but apart from that, I've tied it up. I've cut off all the excess wire as well, just to be tidy gardener. And let's see how we get on. There's certainly a lot more air in here now. Also, it'll also a lot of air and a lot of light, so it'll allow me to start planting up around the edges here. So I've got all my loose ends down now, so I've got to tidy away, and a lot of greenery to get rid of, like, but yeah, takes a while, but it's worth it. So, you know, you might not think it's much, like, but it soon mounts up. All the tomatoes here as well. There's tomatoes down there, a load of foxgloves, a load of onions, including the Ailsa no lights, hashtag no lights. Yeah, so it's all the greenery out of here. The only thing I have to do is give it a good sweep, like, but I'll do that once I've planted everything up. But I think that should do it for today, you know. Really had enough now. Go home and have a cup of tea. Well, that'll be it for just now, folks. I've achieved the aim. I've got the tomatoes now out of that greenhouse. I've got the vine chopped back and drained. I've done some weeding, I've done some tidying up and stuff, so now I can concentrate on putting things in, like cucumber and tomatoes and things like that. Anything there that takes my fancy, or even melons. I've got some cantaloupe melons of all things. Like, don't think I'll get any, like, but you know, the melons that I grew last year and in the greenhouse in front of me, they got it by a rat anyway, so I'm not picturing much hope, unless that is I start to train it upwards, so it has to climb up the vine, but you know, anyway. So I'll finish now. Hello to all my new subscribers, and hello to all my current subscribers, and if you want to follow my content and see what I get up to next on the plot, because I'm always up to something, you're welcome to join, and you're welcome to subscribe, or even if you feel inclined, give it a like anyway. So I'll say bye for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.